All right, everybody, what's up? I thought I'd post this video just to show you guys a small collection that I'm starting to compile. Um, as the title of the video will show, I'm gonna be talking about my Jordans. Um, I don't have a lot of sneakers in my collection. It's something that I started lately, so I'm not like a whole other sneakerheads that have racks and racks of shoes. I got a modest collection going. You can see a few more boxes over there. But I'm gonna be pulling off the main. I'm gonna be specifically talking about the main Jordan line. The what do you call it? The legacy Jordans. I got a pair of Superflies and Flight 80s or whatever they're called. I got a few other Jordans, but I'm gonna specifically be talking about the main Jordans, the main Jordan line. So I'm gonna start off with this box that I'm showing right here. Um, it's the Air Jordan 1 mids, cool gray, gym red, black. When I first started looking at these, when I first started a couple of years ago, the ones were probably one of my least favorite Air Jordans out of all the line, the main Jordan line. These and the twos of the classic Air Jordans, were probably my least favorite. That is until I saw this pair, this particular style colorway. The Air Jordan ones just never caught my eye. Something about that old school. I mean, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. I mean, I'm in my, well, I'm not going to say how old I am, but I mean, I grew up in this era. I saw Jordan play throughout his entire career, so I've been a fan since, day one. But the ones just never caught my eye before until I saw this pair. In the mids, for some reason, the mids look better to me. And this particular shoe, I mean, just stood out to me. The materials, the colors, the shape, everything about it said, now those are cool. You can see that these have a different type of leather. It's not that slick, old timey, like plasticky looking leather. These have a little texture to them, almost like a nubuck type. It might be nubuck, I don't know. But you can see it's got some texture to it that makes them look different from all the other Jordans, the Air Jordan 1s. And these right here, when I saw them online, I was like, yeah, I gotta have these. And I bought this pair at the mall down in Mission Valley. It's the Chic, I think it's the store. They had a pair. I went to all the Foot Locker. I went to Champ Sports, and I went to a whole other bunch of spots, and they didn't have these. And they had them there, and I bought them on the spot. But yeah, these are. I don't know. Some people say the ones aren't that comfortable. I think these are pretty comfortable, probably because of the materials. I mean, like I said, this is a lot. They're not stiff or anything, and they're pretty comfortable. So we got a mesh here. I think these only have air units on the heel. You can definitely feel all the rocks and pebbles when you walk on these. It's kind of a trip, actually. But yeah, this is the This is the only pair of Air Jordan 1s that I own. I know a lot of people like the old school highs, and some even prefer the lows. Nah. This is the only pair I like. The mids in this particular colorway. I know a lot of you think I'm talking blasphemies by saying he's not a fan of the highs and the Chicago ones and all the other colors. I don't care. I think these are pretty badass, actually. So that's the pair of ones. This is the first pair of Jordans. It's not a lot. I'm gonna be talking about. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more boxes. So it's not gonna take a lot of time. So that's this pair. Second pair. This is a replacement box, so don't pay attention to whatever it says. This is the Air Jordan 3, the Fire Reds. Now the story on these actually is that I was never a big fan of the threes. Also, I was mainly a 4, a 5, and a 6 guy. Those were my favorite out of all the Jordan brand shoes, the main line specifically. But over time, the threes started to grow on me, in particular the Fire Reds. I know a lot of people like obviously the black cements, the white cements. I know the Fire Reds are also a classic. For me, these are the particular colorway that I like. This particular shoe, I refinished the entire shoe using my Angelus Direct paints. There's my supply right there. I mean, I got these off of eBay for like $50. And the shoes, the uppers, and not excellent, but I mean, very good condition, pretty great actually. The elephant print was a little dried up, and the sole of the shoe, you can see, here, it's got serious heel drag. So the other pair is actually a little more worn out. You can see here that there's like a chunk missing from the sole, and look at that serious heel drag right there. So these will probably gonna need a sole swap in about a year or so. And these I specifically got these just to do the whole refinish. This is my first shoe that I ever refinished, and I think they turned out great. I think I messed up on the upper though. The white, I used the regular white on this, and I think I should have gotten the flat white and used like a duller on the finish. I still use the matte finish, but it still looks a little bit glossy. It almost looks like the patent leather on the 11s, but I mean only with tumbled leather. So they have a little shine to them. Too shiny for my taste, but like I said, it was my first refinish. They don't look that bad from a distance. I mean, the glare on the camera is gonna look at that. I used the flat black as a base. I used the regular black as a base, and then I used the flat black in between the texture of the elephant print, so that it would pop out more. And I used the 2014. What was it? I don't know, the gray. It's the white cement gray 4 for the bottom of the sole, but that already wore out on some spots. Obviously, you can see there, but you can still see the color on the outside here. Obviously, it's the wrong color. I just didn't bother to make a mix or anything. Just went with it. So yeah, these are the threes. I'm thinking of getting another pair that's in much better condition. the same ones. Um, I, uh, I was looking into the cement, the black cements, but the thing is about the black cements, I just don't like black shoes with in leather. Like my particular, I prefer black shoes that are in nubuck. Just personal preference. The I don't know, the black leather just doesn't look that appealing to me. Um, so that's the story on these. Next pair, I just got in this Monday, and I'm gonna get to that. The next pair I got in Monday, and if you're paying attention to the dates, and you'll know what I'm talking about. The Retro Force, the white cements. I haven't had a chance to wear these yet. I just put them on to try them on. Got them off of eastbay.com on release day. Um, I would say I was one of the lucky ones. I don't know. Yeah. I waited for like half an hour, refreshing the page, refreshing the item until it got in my cart. Um, I was talking about my experience with this another shoe on release day. Went a little smoother than this pair. Yeah. The story about why I got these, it's not necessarily because they had the Nike Air and everything. I mean, yeah, it's a really cool shoe. One of my favorites of all time. I actually my favorite absolute favorite is the Bread Force, and I think they're releasing later this year. So hopefully, wait, no, I got that wrong. I'm thinking about another shoe. I'm hoping that they release the Bread Force soon. The story of why I got these is I was looking into the 2012s that released, and even the resellers on eBay are jacking up the price like they normally do. So when I heard that these were releasing, I said, well, let's wait it out. Let's see if I'm lucky enough to score a pair. If I'm gonna pay over $220 for a shoe, it might as well be a new one, and one that's closer to the original. So I waited almost from midsummer last year, or whenever they announced that these were coming out, until a couple of weeks ago when they released. So yeah, instead of paying $300, I don't know, whatever, $275 for a dead stock pair of 2012 white cements, I paid $220 for these and shipping, and which was like $7. And man, I think I came out on the better end. The leather on these is we got a shoe tree inside, so that's why it's not flexing. But yeah, the leather on these is really soft and thin. Very comfortable shoe to wear. I can only imagine what the 2012s are like, since those had the smoother leather that looked like a little stiffer. The smell on these is I don't know if what's the glue or the warehouse or what, but man, they got a little. I'm gonna have to put on some deodorant or something on these because the smell is a little strong. So if anybody who got lucky and scored a pair, put it in the comment section below. But yeah, these are totally badass shoes, and I'm glad I got them, and I'm glad I didn't have to pay through the nose for an old pair. I had a chance to get a second pair. I mean, eBay sold out on release day on these, but if you paid attention, a couple days later, they had another full run on their website, so you could have scored a second pair if you wanted. I almost bought the alternate 89s But I thought, nah, let's wait on these. Let's see if I'm lucky enough to score the the ones you really want, the ones I really wanted. And yeah, but yeah, you could have scored a second pair if you wanted. Now these next pair, the Retro Fives, the also the Fire Reds and black with the 23. This is probably at the time when they came out back in 1990. I was in junior high, and the Jordan line was starting to take off. And when these came out, these were at the time my absolute favorite pair of Jordans because of the 23 on the side. When these came out, I was like, holy damn, that's total badass. Because I mean, at the time, not a lot of basketball players had signature shoes, and once Jordan put on the 23 on the sneaker, that was like cementing his place among immortals. I don't know why. To me, it made a big impression, a big deal. Putting the number on your shoe. I mean, that was just like a class. I mean, I think almost every pair since then has had that number on the sneaker somewhere. Not the sixes though. I don't think the sixes didn't have his number there. Um, but yeah, this is the pair that I really liked. The Fire Reds with the black tongue. These I got also on eBay, almost at the same time as I got the Fire Red threes. You can't really tell from the camera here, but the sole, I mean, yeah, you can't see it. I mean, it's yellowish. It's starting to yellow. Maybe you can see, it's almost like a yellowish green tint. You can't see, like I said, you can't probably see it here. You can't see it here on the camera here. But yeah, I already gave him a quick treatment with the 40 cream volume. Didn't do that much of a difference. I don't know if it was. I did this in the middle of winter, so maybe I should try again in the summer when it's hotter and the sun's really, really shining bright and hot. As you can see, I laced these a little different than most people would. I skipped the first loops, the first eyelets. I noticed, I mean, they don't really, I don't know if it's the leather or just how the shoe is, but I can't really tighten the laces from here. They're a little, I don't know, it's a little too tight on this area right here. I like to wear my shoes as tight as possible. And so I can't find that comfort. So I just said, well, screw it. I'll just skip one eyelid and go to the second. Now I can lace them up tight from up here, and they're really comfortable that way. This is what I was talking about when I was talking about the ones, the type of leather that they have. Like this is the type of leather that they have, the slick type. Obviously, like I said, I prefer the black sneakers with the nubuck as opposed to black leather, and the metallic fives are gonna release, and that's also one of my favorites. So I'm hoping to score those. But yeah, I mean these are total. I mean these are badass. Also, these are the 2006 release. When I bought them off eBay, the posting, the listing. I'm sorry, the listing. They didn't actually put what year they were, so that was my mistake. Actually, if I had known or asked the seller beforehand what years these were, I probably wouldn't have gotten them. Because as everybody knows, once a sneaker reaches the past or near the 10-year mark, you know that sooner or later the sole is gonna start to crumble and fall apart. So you can already see some paint chipping going on. So these are gonna probably need a refinish sooner or later. But but the sole is still. I mean, the air unit's still clear, so you don't really need. I don't really need to have to worry about. Once it starts fogging up, as everybody knows, that's the first sign that the sole is gonna start to fall apart. Right now, the integrity of the sole is pretty good. I mean, it's really good. You know, you can't dig in your nail and you can't pull anything off. So the only thing I'm worrying about right now is a little chimping, and that's it. Um, really good shoes. Really good shoes. The next pair is also a pair of fives, but a much different pair than you're probably used to seeing. The box says these are the Jordan 5 white, infrared, 23, poison green, and black. So these are the Pro Stars that released 2014, I'm gonna say. But these were refinished by me and made them into a pair of white cement 4s in style of white cement. This is the second pair I've ever refinished. This pair, I don't know how much, I don't remember, 100 that I got off for eBay, something like that. Dead stock, 120 I think. Excellent condition. These were in excellent condition. Like I said, dead stock, not used or anything. Because I wore these today, so they're a little dirty. I hadn't had a chance to clean them, but the icy sole is still really, really icy. But yeah, I refinished this pair. I went with the white cement colorway. I was thinking if I was gonna refinish a shoe, my second shoe, it was either gonna be definitely gonna be in the white cement colorway. I was thinking either the 5 or the 6s. If I was gonna buy a pair of infrared 6s. But I decided to go with the 5s instead, and I think these came out really nice. Again, using my Angelus paints, you can see the cement print speckle, whatever. It's already gonna start to crumble out. You can see some faint traces of the poison green there. But I mean, the main reason I went with these particular pair instead of saying, the white infrareds with the gray tongue and everything, it was mainly because these already had the cement print on the tongue. So it was like, well, it's an easy choice, actually. And these aren't such a hard pair on the checkbook, Fairly, you can find this pair fairly cheap on eBay. You're not gonna get gouged too much by resellers. I'm thinking of. I'm still not sure. I mean, it's the Jumpman and the one in the back are in infrared. It's that really bright color. So I'm thinking of maybe refinishing the Jumpman and fire red, just to look a little closer to the cement 4s colorway. But in the meantime, I'm gonna leave them like they are. I'm thinking of putting a little 23 graphic either behind the Jumpman or above, almost like the 11s. 23 here, I don't know, something. I'm making up some designs right now, figuring out which one's gonna go. You can see cement print. This pair, the left shoe came out slightly better in my opinion than the right one. The right one, there's a part where the cement, the speckles is a little bunched up too much to my liking right there. You can compare. It's compared to the whole shoe. It looks a little too busy. But on the inside, I think the inside came out really great. Almost, you know, factory finish. So I redid the sole and painted the eyelets here. I also skipped the first set of eyelets there. Again, it's just a comfort thing. The leather on these is, I haven't compared them head to head to the Fire Red Fives yet. I mean, I've tried both of the shoes. Obviously, I wore these today and pretty comfortable. It's not maybe just because they were new, the leather was a little stiff or something. But I guess as you wear them on, as you keep wearing them, the leather's gonna loosen up and gonna be that much more comfortable to wear. So there's that pair. And finally, the last pair in my collection. My teeny tiny collection. The black infrared sixes. These also they came out 2014, Black Friday. The Air Jordan 6 is a little special to me because the first ever pair of Jordans I ever owned were the 6s, the white infrareds. I got them for the basketball team when I was in junior high. I really wanted the black ones, but because of the school uniform policy, they wanted white shoes, so I couldn't. I missed out on the black ones. I got the so I got the white ones. And I've always wanted a pair of these, so I missed out on the whole retro when the first. I mean, I heard back in '99 or whatever it was when the first time the retro program started up. I mean, I missed the boat on those, and ever since then, I mean, like I said, I've just only lately have I started going with my sneaker collection, you can say. I mean, I wear all of these. These don't sit in up for display or anything. I wear each and every one of my sneakers as they should. If you're one of those guys that has them up on display and never uses them, that's all right. That's your prerogative. I'm just not down with people buying multiple pairs and then reselling them for jacked up prices. Wow, that's fucked up. I got in an argument with a seller on eBay. I mean, trying to sell me a pair of used sneakers, okay, not even dead stock, used sneakers for over $200. I don't care if they're the holy grail or of sneakers. If you use them, they're dirty. They're not. If I see scuffs, the shoe should not go up in value. Okay, you're crazy. All right. So I also lace these up a little funky. There was like a little pinching issue going up and here on the top of near the bottom end of my arch. It was like a little something. I don't know if somebody's trying to call me. But yeah, I mean, these are absolutely. If the Bread 4 is on my favorite shoe, these are probably my second favorite Jordan shoe of all time. I mean, when these came out, I was like, holy fuck. I mean, look at these. I mean, look at them. The hole on the tongue, the spoiler. I mean, you never saw shoes like these back in the day. We're talking '91, so these were the shit. Still are. like I said, I'm still thinking of getting a pair of the white infrareds because I want to refinish them in the white cement motif colorway. Yeah. But I want to try something different. Up on my Instagram, I got a mock-up. It's basically the inspired by the 29 cements that came out late last year with the fade. So it's fade from black, gray to white, and the whole cement print going on the sole. And I'll post a link on the bottom to my Instagram. You want to check it out. But yeah, these are my, so like I said before, the reason, the reason I like black shoes mainly is because of the I like black shoes with the nubuck, not with the leather. I think the nubuck looks badass, as opposed to just black leather, like the cement or the black cement threes. I don't know if the black cement threes ever came out in nubuck. I think that those would seriously sell out. I mean, they would have sold out regardless. But I'm talking about would really be a big hit. I think if they came out with the because the Force, the Bred Force came out with the nubuck, and those became instant classics. I'm not saying if they were black leather they weren't gonna become instant classics, but I think the nubuck sold the entire shoe. So if hey, Nike, Jordan brand, if you're listening, make a pair of black cement threes with nubuck. All right, so that's it. This is my moderate beginners type collection, Air Jordan collection. Hey, like I said, it's something that I just started recently over the past couple of years. So, like I said, I got a pair of the Flight 80, 90s or whatever they call them. I got some Super Flight 2s. I got a pair of the Flight 89s in case, because those are a good alternate to the Jordan 4s. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and hey, comment below, whatever. All right, peace.